make a few announcements. So Walker took 7 ABs today. He came out feeling good, so he should be flying and should join us tomorrow. And he should be, if he feels good tomorrow when the trainers check him, he should be playing first base for us on Thursday. I informed Cooper Hummel that he will not be making our roster. And I also informed Zach DeCenso that he is making our Major League roster. And also, as you guys are probably aware, see all the news. Ken Smith, I also told him that he is. I actually did not tell him. His mom told him that he's on our Major League roster.
So Albite, how did that work with Mom giving the news?
Well, it was very difficult to keep it from you guys. But I think I succeeded doing that part. But I thought that his mom was the right person to tell Ken Smith that he make Major League roster. I think she raised an incredible kid, and that's a family moment, and I wanted his family to relay the news. And we flew them here, and Grandma was here, girlfriend was here, stepdad was here, and she walked in the clubhouse and she told him. It was great.
Joe, you mentioned in the spring that you would not carry DeCenso and Smith unless there were everyday at-bats available. How is that going to work now with both of them?
There will be at-bats for both guys.
What does this mean for Jasmine?
He's also on the team.
En español, la actualización del roster, actualización sobre Luis García, que nos habías dicho ayer que iba al médico, y si ya hoy está definida la rotación.
Sí, Luis García está viendo el doctor hoy, no tengo ninguna información para ustedes en estos momentos. Tan pronto reciba algo, les dejo saber. Y el juego número 3 por nosotros va a ser Spencer Arrighetti por los Mets, contra los Mets.
Picked up some of that, but
yeah, Spencer Arrighetti will start game 3 against the Mets. He asked about our rotation.
And Garcia?
Yes. Luis Garcia, he's seeing the doctor, so I'll have something for you guys post-game. I haven't received anything from him yet.
Brendan Rodgers?
We are right now, there's one more spot on our roster, so we are still talking things through.
You guys were weighing the decision with him. What were the sort of factors that went into that final?
We wanted to make sure that we were going to have enough at bats for some of these young players that we're rolling with. That he handled, he's handled himself for the last 5-6 weeks. We were not expecting him to do things this quickly. And I think he will make an impact in our lineup. I think he's mature enough to, there's some challenges that come from first-year players, second-year players, third-year players, and I think this guy has checked all the boxes, and we're confident that he is ready to make an impact in our lineup. He will start on Thursday, yes.
So what specifically about him exceeded your expectations in spring training?
Obviously, he's a bat, swing decisions, how he stays on the ball. If you make the right decisions about his box, if you make adjustments in the batter's box, at bat to at bat, you've got a pretty good chance of hitting in this league. You can overcome a lot of ups and downs if you know exactly your strengths and weaknesses, and he demonstrated that he knows his strengths and weaknesses. He's coachable, he's tough. My job now will be to make sure that we give him the at-bat and also protect him in moments where things are not going his way. I think that we have the players to do just that.
Joe, por acá en español, ya nos enteramos que Ken Smith va a su equipo. ¿Cuál va a ser el trabajo con él? ¿Va a ser el right field titular? ¿Lo vas a proyectar right field? Orden del bat. Y la carga de trabajo que puede tener sabiendo que no hizo todos los pasos que se suelen hacer en ligas menores.
Bueno, él va a comenzar el jueves en el right field. No voy ahora mismo a decir dónde va a batear en el line-up y tampoco voy a decir cuántos juegos consecutivos va a jugar, pero sí va a tener una oportunidad de jugar y establecerse en la Grandes Ligas.
So, how do you now assess your outfield defensively? Because obviously you'll have Altuve and left who's still getting to know things, and then Cam, if he plays right field, that's a position he's never played before. How do you kind of assess the overall defensive opportunity?
I think we are in good shape, and I have the pieces on the bench to defend late in the game if I have to.
Are you going in season with Smith as the primary right fielder? I mean, is that the plan going into the season?
The plan is for him to start Thursday there, right field.
This is obviously a huge adjustment to the major leagues, much less moving to a new position. He seems like he handles all of that so well. What have you seen from him in right field that tells you, hey, this is my opening day right fielder, beyond just the fact that he's ready to hit at the major league level?
Yeah, well, definitely, obviously he's not a finished product. So we are going to continue to help him improve his outfield defense. But I think the makeup, it's what we're looking for. I think he can overcome a lot of things because he's made the right way. My job will be to make sure that we're helping through everyday grind in the big leagues. The stage here is huge. Expectations are big. So if we didn't think that he was tough enough and had the tools to handle this job, we will not be doing this, making the decision that we made.
Is there a moment or a game or interaction you had with him in spring training that you kind of said, all right, we got to look at this as more than just like he's in big league camp?
Yeah. Yes, I don't want to get into specifics about certain conversation, but yes, I make sure that I kind of cornered him to ask him some questions. And, all the way from talking to his parents, all the way, I felt like I was recruiting a high school player or a college player. He was, high school coach. You guys know that I brought him in. I had conversation with player development staff in Chicago about him, scouts, that's all. Like we make sure that we check all the boxes, right? And we know that we're getting a kid with high character. He has the right values, and our job is now to continue to help this guy to establish himself being a very good baseball player for a long time.
This is a game of failure. It's very well known. How do you feel like he will handle maybe one of the first times that he doesn't succeed?
Well, I tell you that that's always the question in the room. How would he handle failure? You don't know until you fail, right? We know how tough this kid is, and we know he's got the support at home from his teammates, from people who I know he's going to be able to sustain some of it. So, but again, you don't know until you throw him out there. But I do tell you this: he's got the backing from his teammates, and this is a really good team. So I know that today it's the Cam Smith story, and it's great, but this is a really good team, and those players they have his back.
Did you have to have a conversation with Chaz, just given that this seems like it will cut into his playing time as a bat?
I had conversation with McCormick, absolutely. Conversation with all my players. When you're going through this, not only the players that I make, that I got to make this tough decision, have a tough conversation, but I'm also talking to the guys who are on the team and kind of got to go over the role and how things will be moving forward.
How do you anticipate using Chaz?
I don't want to get too specific, but we all know that Chaz can really play some really good defense. I really like the bat, and I know he had a pretty good swing decisions, but I want to see more. And we talked a bit about what his role is going to look like, and he's going to get opportunities to play.
Do you know who your starting second baseman is Thursday?
I know who it is, but I won't share with you guys.
Zach Dezenzo had a big spring, obviously, too, with the Puerto Rican Winter League. What can you say about having the Puerto Rican Winter League help him get more at-bats coming into this spring? Did you see in the beginning of spring this offensive capability that he's worked?
Dezenzo? Absolutely. From the very beginning, I really want him to go to Puerto Rico and get a few more at-bats, go play some outfield. And he was on board. And when he got spring training, I said, listen, you have a really good shot making this team. We need you to play left field, right field, some first. We like his versatility, his athleticism, and he did everything I asked him to do it. And once you do that, I have to have a serious conversation with us. I said, you did everything I asked you to do, so that's why you're on the club.
How were the conversations like with him when you told him that he made the
he was excited. He didn't seem to be very surprised, but he was excited.
You're going to be pretty right-handed now. Do you have the pieces that you're going to need to mix and match?
Yeah, we got some really good right-handed hitters.
In terms of having some left-handed hitters, other than Jordan?
We got some good right-handed hitters. So we got.